Hey everyone, Ace of Clay here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another sculpting video. Today we're going back to the Mutant Universe and I'm sculpting another guide character. Today you get to meet the Wolf Guide. Now if you're not familiar with my Mutant Universe, it is my series of characters that I've come up with that I write little backstories for. I've got a whole playlist of them on here. We've got mutant characters, the good guys, which are the guides like the one I'm making today, and then I've got a few creatures that I've released. So if you want to check those out, the playlist is linked below. And then speaking of the Mutant Universe, I have released a plush of the first mutant character, the Ice Cream Man. You can grab him right now for a limited time only. He's only available for a few more weeks, so you got to get him from the link below before he is gone forever. And then just like with all my other Mutant Universe characters, I have an entire backstory for the Wolf Guide that I will be sharing with you throughout this entire video, so make sure you watch the whole thing so you don't miss any of the details. And then before we get started, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Ace of Clay. Now let's start the Wolf Guide. Alright, now before we get into the lore of the Wolf Guide, let's go ahead and set up our armature. I've got my wooden plaque here and I'm inserting my aluminum wire into some pre-drilled holes. Then I'm going to start shaping out his arms and then attaching them with a smaller piece of wire. Then before we bulk him out with some ultralight, I just want to put some bacon bond on that wire so it sticks real nice. Now let's get into the story. In the vast darkness of the Mutant Universe, the guides are a source of light. They withstood the evil of the entity, and instead of being transformed into a mutant, they were reborn as guides, angel-like savior creatures who are gifted the dominant traits of an animal. Today we meet Wilder, the Wolf Guide. Wilder is an explorer who spent his life traveling the world and navigating its most dangerous forests. With every excursion he embarked on, his heart remained pure and only sought to find the good in the world, seeking peace and tranquility through his travels and finding his rightful place within nature. Wilder is a kind soul who instilled light in every person he came into contact with. His soul is so powerful that he would leave an imprint on those with whom he found a special connection. This is what the entity desired when he targeted him. It wanted to reverse the effects of this and use him for evil, potentially with the intention of making him the most powerful mutant in existence. Instead, Wilder's heart withstood the entity's evil and transformed him into an intensely powerful guide. Alright, now I'm just adding my Super Sculpey original and we're throwing on some snakes of clay to create those folds and wrinkles in his pants. Then I gave him some little shoes that we're going to turn into boots very soon. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and make his shirt. I'm just using this thin piece of clay, attaching it like so, and then just making sure everything's in the right spot. And I do want to mention I'm starting to go live on TikTok pretty regularly, so follow me there. It's at Ace of Clay. I typically go live and sculpt the stuff that I release in YouTube videos at the end of the week, so you can kind of get a preview of what I'm going to release that week if you want to hang out with me. So yeah, TikTok at Ace of Clay. And of course we've got some more beautiful snakes of clay to make more folds and wrinkles on his shirt, and let's start getting back into some of that lore. Wilder's powers transcend his ordinary appearance, ranking him as one of the most powerful guides. He received the gift of the wolf when he was transformed. He is one of the few guides that are physically and spiritually strong enough to combat mutants. He has the ability to take down a mutant within a matter of seconds, making him one of the most feared guides. He wields a machete and ropes that allow him to incapacitate even large mutants, like the nanny. Now these extra details really make a difference. I really like these belts, and then we've got his collar on there, of course finishing off those folds and wrinkles. And what would a button-up shirt be without buttons? It would just be an up shirt. Or just a shirt. That wasn't funny. Okay, let's keep going. Hey, it's me again. Now before we get into the rest of the video, let's take a second to talk about our sponsor, BetterHelp. Is there something getting in the way of your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? I know I've been there before, I know a lot of us have, and I know the importance of mental health, especially when it comes to being a creator and making a brand new sculpture every week. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your very own licensed professional therapist, and you can start communicating within 48 hours. It is not a crisis line, it is not self-help, it is licensed professional counseling done securely online. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 15,000 counselor network, which may not locally be available in many areas. BetterHelp is available worldwide, and you can log in anytime to send a message to your counselor. You will get timely and thoughtful responses, and you can even schedule weekly video or phone sessions. And you'll never have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches. That's why they make it easy and free to change counselors if you need to. BetterHelp is more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life starting today. Visit betterhelp.com/aceofclay, that's better H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. Now, because you're one of my subscribers or you're just watching this video, you can save 10% on your first month of BetterHelp. Just go to betterhelp.com/aceofclay. Now back to our sculpture. Alright, now I just want to give a purpose to some of those belts, and I'm going to give him a little knapsack kind of thing that's going to be on his waist attached to the larger belt. Just shaped that out, and we're going to attach it with a small piece of wire and of course some bacon bond to get a really nice secure connection. Wilder is not perfect and can be injured. However, he is physically strong and swift, which help him in some cases to avoid death by the hair of his neck. In the event of a mutant attack, Wilder will appear seemingly from the sky, often jumping from high points to an individual's rescue. He typically swoops down to grasp the person and then retreats the way he came. In some cases, he will attack the mutant before saving the victim, either completely killing the mutant or incapacitating them enough to make a safe escape. Okay, now I just want to go ahead and add some details to that shoulder piece, and then we'll attach this with some more straps. Now I'm going to use some cosplay to make some rope, and I'm going to make the rope by rolling out this super thin snake of clay, and then I'm going to roll it against itself, like so. And then repeat this a couple more times to get a nice pack of rope, and then we're going to attach it to his waist on one of the belts. And then of course the reason why I'm using cosplay for this is so that it stays flexible after it's baked. That's what cosplay is. It's polymer clay that stays flexible after you bake it. Super Sculpey is rock hard. After nitpicking things a little bit and finishing up some details, it's time to make his weapon of choice, which is a machete. I'm just cutting out the shape from my Super Sculpey, adding a piece of wire inside for stability, and another piece of Sculpey on the other side to embed that wire, press it together nicely, and then I'm going to bake this separately from the sculpture and attach it to his hand later. After finishing that machete, I think it's time to pre-bake him. And once he's baked and completely cooled down, let's keep going. Nothing broke, thank God. The machete's a little burnt just because I had it too close to the heating element in the oven, but it's okay, paint will cover it. Just attaching it to his hand by wrapping the wire around it, now sculpting his hand and sticking it around the machete. Alright, after finishing up his body, I want to start his head. I'm just creating an aluminum foil core, covering that in some super Sculpey, and then let's start shaping things out. Gonna give him a nice, sort of geometric, simplified wolf mask. It's gonna be in the same style as Winston the Rabbit Guide and Otto the Raccoon Guide. The only guide that I've released so far that doesn't have a mask like this is Whisper, the cat guide. She has a wooden mask. I think down the line, I'm going to give her a stylized white one, just like everyone else. I think I want all the guides to have the same style of mask. Let's go ahead and press those eyes in. We got a little brow bone going, and let's finish off this mask. Now let's give him some ears. Just want to throw those on really quick. And then one thing that I like about these guide characters is that nobody knows what their face looks like, not even me. So down the line, maybe that's a new video idea. Unmasking the guides. Have to wait and see. All right, let's finish off his lore. Again, even though Wilder is not perfect, he has successfully rescued every individual he ever meant to. Seeing him if you're being attacked is surely a guarantee you will survive. You will hear his call in the distance, which resembles a combination of the howl of a wolf and a softly played horn. His call is long and strong, echoing against the clouds. Now as a final step before I bake this guy one last time, I'm just brushing on some clay softener to remove fingerprints, and now let's get him in the oven. And of course, once he's baked and completely cooled down, it's time for paint. All the paints that I will be using are FolkArt brand matte acrylics, mixing up this nice green color for his pants. And once those pants are dry, let's go ahead and start his shirt. Going to make it brown. And then don't forget, you can always speed up the painting process by using a blow dryer in between coats. That is my secret weapon. Painting would take twice as long if I didn't do that. So just because I don't show it doesn't mean I'm not doing it. Alright, we are winding down. Let's finish him off with his skin, hair, mask, and that rope. And yes, if you're wondering, cosplay is still flexible after it's painted. You don't have to worry about the paint cracking. I have no idea how this works, but it does. So within reason, you can still bend your cosplay after it's been painted. And he's done! The wolf guide is complete. I really hope you enjoyed this process. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. he might be my favorite guide character so far. I love how he turned out. I love his mask. I love how I went back to the white mask look. I think I might actually redo Whisper, redo her wooden mask, and make it white like this. I think all the guide characters should have the same style mask. I don't know, let me know what you think of that in the comments, but I love how this guy turned out. I love his story, I love how he looks, I love how he's so different than the other guide characters so far, and really any character that I've designed, and I just really like him, and I hope you enjoyed watching this process, and I hope you'll join me for the next video. So thank you so much for watching and being here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Ace of Clay. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.